The 2026 Yamaha TW200 is one of those rare motorcycles that doesn't try to impress you with flashy numbers or radical redesigns, yet somehow wins riders over year after year. In a world where bikes are constantly getting bigger, faster, and more complex, the TW200 quietly sticks to its roots. And that's exactly why it still matters. For 2026, Yamaha hasn't reinvented the wheel, and honestly, it didn't need to. What you're getting is a proven dual-purpose motorcycle that has built a legendary reputation for simplicity, reliability, and all-terrain confidence. From the moment you see the TW200, it's clear this bike has its own personality. The design is unmistakable and almost timeless, looking more like a tool than a toy. It doesn't scream aggression or luxury, but instead gives off a rugged, dependable vibe. The compact body, upright stance, and wide proportions make it look ready for anything, whether that's rolling through city streets, exploring dirt trails, or creeping along sandy paths where other bikes would struggle. The most iconic element of the TW200, and the reason many riders fall in love with it at first sight, is the fat tires. These balloon-style tires are not just for looks. The front tire measures 130/80/18, while the rear is an unusually wide 180/80/14, and together they completely define how this motorcycle behaves. On loose surfaces like sand, gravel, mud, or snow, these tires float instead of digging in. They provide massive traction and stability, making the bike feel planted and forgiving, even when the terrain gets unpredictable. On pavement, they add a cushioned, confidence-inspiring ride that smooths out bumps and rough roads. Under the tank sits a tried-and-true 196cc air-cooled single-cylinder engine. This engine has been around in various forms for years, and that's a good thing. It's a simple SOHC 4-stroke design with 2 valves, tuned not for high horsepower, but for usable torque right where riders need it most. Twist the throttle, and the power delivery is smooth, predictable, and friendly. There's no sudden hit, no intimidating surge. Instead, the TW200 responds calmly, making it an excellent choice for beginners who are still building confidence, while still being enjoyable for experienced riders who appreciate control over chaos. One of the most important aspects of this engine is reliability. Yamaha has built a reputation for bulletproof engineering, and the TW200 is a perfect example of that philosophy. The air-cooled design keeps things simple. The automatic cam chain tensioner reduces maintenance worries, and the carbureted fuel system is easy to understand and work on. While some riders wish it had modern fuel injection, many others appreciate the old-school carburetor for its simplicity, especially in remote areas where basic tools and know-how are more valuable than advanced electronics. Power is sent through a constant mesh 5-speed transmission, which feels well matched to the engine's character. The gearing allows the TW200 to crawl comfortably at low speeds, making it excellent for trails, farm work, or technical riding. Around town, it feels relaxed and easygoing, never rushed. On open roads, it can cruise comfortably between 55 and 65 miles per hour, but this is not a freeway machine. Push beyond that, and you'll quickly realize the TW200 is happiest taking the scenic route rather than battling high-speed traffic. One of the biggest strengths of the 2026 TW200 is how approachable it feels. The seat height is just 31.1 inches, which means most riders can easily put both feet flat on the ground. This alone makes a huge difference in confidence, especially for beginners, shorter riders, or anyone who simply wants to feel in control at all times. The narrow midsection and compact chassis make the bike easy to maneuver, whether you're threading through traffic, turning around on a narrow trail, or navigating uneven ground. The riding position is upright and relaxed, thanks to wide handlebars and a long, supportive seat. You sit in the bike rather than perched on top of it, which adds to the feeling of stability. Long rides don't feel like a chore, and even after hours in the saddle, the TW200 remains comfortable and forgiving. It's the kind of bike that encourages exploration, not speed, and rewards riders who take their time and enjoy the journey. Suspension on the TW200 is straightforward but effective. Up front, a telescopic fork offers 6.3 inches of travel, while the rear single shock provides 5.9 inches. These numbers may not sound impressive compared to modern off-road machines, but in practice, the setup works beautifully for the bike's intended purpose. It absorbs bumps, ruts, and rocks with ease, keeping the ride smooth and controlled. The suspension isn't adjustable or race-focused, but it doesn't need to be. It's tuned for comfort, stability, and real-world usability. Braking is handled by a 220mm disc up front and a drum brake at the rear. This setup may seem old-fashioned, but it suits the TW200 perfectly. Braking power is predictable and easy to modulate, especially on loose surfaces where aggressive braking can quickly get you into trouble. The brakes do their job without drama, reinforcing the bike's friendly and unintimidating nature. Despite its rugged capabilities, the TW200 is surprisingly practical. It comes equipped with an electric start, so there's no need to wrestle with a kickstarter. The halogen headlight provides decent illumination for night rides, and the instrumentation is simple but functional, featuring a speedometer and odometer that give you exactly the information you need and nothing more. This minimalist approach keeps distractions to a minimum and reinforces the bike's utilitarian character. Weighing in at just 278 pounds wet, the TW200 feels light and manageable in almost every situation. Picking it up after a tip-over is far less intimidating than with heavier adventure bikes, and pushing it around the garage or campsite is effortless. The lightweight design, combined with the fat tires and low center of gravity, makes the bike feel stable even at walking speeds. Fuel capacity is one of the few areas where the TW200 shows its limitations. The 1.8-gallon tank is small, and while the bike's excellent fuel economy of around 78 miles per gallon helps offset this, longer trips may require planning. Still, for its intended use, short commutes, trail riding, and local exploration, the range is usually more than enough. The 2026 model is available in a clean, understated gallant gray and radical gray color scheme that perfectly matches the bike's personality. It looks modern without losing its rugged charm, and it wears dirt just as well as it does clean pavement. When it comes to real-world experience, the TW200 continues to earn praise from riders and experts alike. Many reviewers describe it as a do-it-all motorcycle, not because it excels at one specific task, but because it handles so many different situations with ease. It's equally at home running errands in town, exploring forest trails, cruising back roads, or even serving as a workhorse on farms and ranches. Experienced riders often describe the TW200 as a perfect second bike, something they can hop on without thinking, ride hard without worry, and enjoy purely for the fun of it. Beginners, on the other hand, appreciate how forgiving and unintimidating it feels, making it an ideal platform for learning the basics of motorcycling. Of course, no motorcycle is perfect. Some riders criticize the lack of fuel injection, especially in colder climates or at higher elevations. Others wish for a larger fuel tank or slightly more top-end power. But these drawbacks are often overshadowed by the bike's strengths, and many owners see them as part of the TW200's charm rather than serious flaws. At the end of the day, the 2026 Yamaha TW200 isn't trying to compete with high-performance dual sports or advanced adventure bikes. It doesn't need to. Its mission is different. It's about accessibility, reliability, and pure riding enjoyment. It's about going places where the road ends, without worrying about electronics, complexity, or breaking something expensive. In a market filled with overbuilt machines, the TW200 stands as a reminder that simple can still be special.